Hello, welcome to Recall Gaming Exploits. We're going to talk about some Aliens Colonial Marines. I know, I really don't want to talk about this game, but I have to. Because I was passionate about this fucking game, and yeah. Well, if you didn't know, bit of backstory. Back in May, Gearbox was dropped from the Aliens Colonial Marines lawsuit brought against the company in Sega, which alleged that they had false advertisement of the game and basically pushed the game to be of higher quality than what it actually was, disappointing millions and millions of fans the world over. The fact is, that's not under debate. I don't care who the fuck you are. If you debate that this game was of the same standard as they were pushing it to be in their ads and in their promotions and their interviews and their trailers that were admittedly upscaled by Gearbox and Sega, have turned around and said, yes, they were upscaled. They were vertical slices. If you don't know what vertical slices is, where they basically take the game and they do some video wizardry to make it look better than what it actually is. Yeah? You might recognise some of this tactics from, say, Watch Dogs. That was a bit of a vertical slice going on. Well, this was... Aliens Colonial Marines was probably the worst example of a vertical slice. It's staggering. They claimed advanced alien AI. The graphics were immense. They had some real thick horror aspects in the trailers, something that was completely absent from the game, except for in one scene, but that was completely different to what we actually saw in the trailers. There was entire swathes of Colonial Marines getting picked off left, right and centre. There was aliens that would get spotted by a Marine and instantly jump into the vents to avoid getting shot. What we got, obviously, was a bunch of badly animated robots that just run towards you that happen to be skinned like a xenomorph. They didn't act at all like they did in the trailers. There was not vast swathes of friendly AI teaming up with you. There was one scene where they held up like a whole platoon of Colonial Marines held up in some warehouse type building, and they set up drone guns down like a couple of air vents. They welded the doors shut. They all took defensive positions, and a couple of guys got into some big mechs with flamethrowers. I say mechs, like, you know, the power loaders, big forklifts, and the lights go out. The aliens cut the lights, and then they come in and start picking people off left, right and centre, and they're all over the walls, and it's absolutely insane. None of this happened in the game. Nothing close. Right, so it's a perfect example of the vertical slice there. Well, basically they've been dropped. Gearbox has been dropped from the lawsuit. Only Sega's been held accountable at this point, which is a joke. And here is the quote from Randy Pitchford after the decision was made. Are you ready? Please sit down, because if you do actually, or if you did care about this game at any point or was excited about it, then you might feel a small warm bubbling inside your body of rage. Alright, here we go. The whole thing was a huge waste of time. This is coming this is coming straight from Randy Pitchford, by the way. It was a huge waste of time. The market proved it was doing its job perfectly. The market is dispassionate, rewarding what it likes and punishing what it doesn't. There is an objectivity and fairness in the open market. Harsh, firm justice. Alright, so that's him talking about how it done in the market. Like, it didn't sell well. Oh well, I guess. Here we go. For every place the market succeeded, the legal system has failed, as it was being manipulated by what appeared to me to be essentially mafia-style extortion tactics. I'm going to get back to that quote in a second. Furthermore, sadly, the manipulation would have actually worked, as it had in other cases with those same guys, and to the detriment of the industry and gamers and actual, you know, justice. But those guys made a mistake in naming us as defendants because we stood up to them. That's all it took. Someone had to stand up to them, and so they lost, since they didn't have a legitimate case. Randy Pitchford, do me a huge favour. Get one of the collector's editions of Aliens Colonial Marines. Yeah, you've probably got a few in the warehouse. Get that power loader statue, which I have. Yeah, take that shit, shove it up your ass, wedge it right the fuck in. Seriously. Right? You know full well what you did. You sat there going, got advanced AI. He personally sat there and said, I'm such a huge fan of the series. I'm so excited to work on this. Unlike other licensed games, we're actually fans. So we're actually going to make it the best game it could possibly be. The game is epic. Like, we have so much fun playing it in the fucking studio. All sorts of fucking bullshit came out of your mouth. I watched every single interview. Every single fucking one of them. And then when I got the game, I'll admit, a nostalgic haze, and I have admitted this a few times, a nostalgic haze came over me. I heard that pulse rifle noise, and I was a child again. And it was amazing. For about for about a week or so, you know, I completed the campaign and I was like, what the fuck, this was shit. I played the multiplayer and I was like, what the fuck, this is shit. I had like 4 rounds that were fun in it, and then it was just like, what the fuck is with the animation? Why the fuck the aliens are impossible to control? Anyway, you can tell this pissed me off quite a lot. The fact that he's so aloof about it and refers to people like me, I mean, I didn't personally go out my way to get a lawsuit put on, but I know that there was many people that did, and to be honest, I supported them in their decision to take them to court for false advertisement, because that's exactly what's happened. You had a vertical slice, you showed parts of the game that didn't exist, okay, some things can be cut, but it turns out, and it was proven, that the sections of the game that were shown in the trailers didn't actually exist in the game ever! They were never ever part of the game. Do you see what I mean? This was just FMV, this was CGI, cutscene, bullshit made to look like actual gameplay. Do you see the problem here? And he's sitting there calling people like me, saying that we're using essentially mafia-style extortion tactics. So we're mafioso, we're bullies. The gamers are bullies. They turned around, faked us out, absolutely trolled the living crap out of us, took my money for the collector's edition, laughed their arse off, and went about their day. And then there's me just sitting there with a fucking damn near broken game. Broken AI. There's so many problems about the game. There's so many problems, I can't even list them. I can't even tell you the amount of times I reach game-breaking bugs, animation glitches, texture glitches, and I'm not just talking about texture pop, like just non-existent texture. Goes on and on and on and on and on. I mean, the fact is that they build this up to be the best Aliens game that could ever be released. And you know what the thing is? Gearbox, for the majority, didn't actually develop the game. They started developing the game, they set the groundwork, and then they brought in another studio. They outsourced the entire project, which was actually a bit of a breach in contract when it comes to Sega. And the fact is they had a target to do 3 million sales at least. They done 1.3 because word got out quick. But everyone like me that pre-ordered the game was fucked. I'll tell you what, like, you know, I'd love to see Gearbox try this again. Please do this shit again. You know, the whole Steam refunds thing being a whole deal, and, you know, PC gamers being real principled in that kind of shit. I mean, look what happened to Batman. Can you imagine what would have happened with Colonial Marines if it got released on PC today? It would be absolutely trumped. They would have wasted so much money on promotion. They would have wasted so much fucking money on marketing and porting the game, and then they wouldn't have made a single fucking cent, because every single person that bought the game on PC would have completely thrown their money straight back in their faces. Sorry, no, that don't make sense. They would have just grabbed that money and taken it right the fuck back off of them. And just took it back. And then they would have nothing. They would have made no profits on PC. It would have been a massive loss. It would have been even worse than what it was back in like 2013, I think it was, that this game was released. It has so much potential and it's just been ruined. And luckily, Sega learned from that and waited and waited and waited until Alien Isolation was at a superior standard of game. It was at superior quality. Like, they waited until it was fully playable and basically completed before they even showed a trailer off, because of the damage that this game's done. The thing is, this game didn't just insult the fans. Randy Pitchford not taking accountability for what he did doesn't just insult the fans. The fact is that this game didn't only insult the fans and basically use false advertisement to steal money, extract money off of unaware consumers, but it damaged a franchise. There were so many people, and I think there still is so many people that have seen an Alien game, and they will still steer well the fuck clear from an Alien game, even if it was published by someone other than Sega, even if it was developed by someone other than Gearbox, even if they had nothing to do with the project. If someone sees an Aliens game now and they played Aliens Colonial Marines, and that was the last Aliens game that they played, they would think more than twice about buying it. They've harmed the franchise. The fact is, the only reason that the franchise is probably still salvageable is because Alien Isolation was already well under development by the time Aliens Colonial Marines launched, and by the time they showed it, it was at such good quality that everyone got absolutely hyped for it, and it ended up being a really good game that I still haven't completed because it scares me shitless. I'm a fucking wuss when it comes to that game. I'll admit that. This is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit that we need gone from the industry. He says that mafia-style extortion tactics that the fans have used to get him into court for illegal shit that he fucking did, right? That's harming the fucking industry. His words. We harm the industry by trying to stand up for our fucking selves. If you ask me, when publishers get a bit too big for their boots, and developers, and then they publish a game or develop a game by outsourcing, that's a broken piece of shit, and then sell it anyway, and do probably what I would say is probably one of the biggest marketing campaigns ever, and one of the most effective marketing campaigns I have ever seen, to sell as many copies as possible to unknowing, naive consumers. What he did is what damages the industry, because that completely annihilates consumer trust. And the fact is, though Gearbox admittedly have made some good quality games, Borderlands, for one, is a very good quality game, and they've made many before that as well. They do make good games. Gearbox can be a good developer. They've proven this. But for some reason, when it came to Aliens Colonial Marines, they decided to go fuck everyone. They decided to fuck all their fans. Just fuck them. Fuck them. Fucked me. They fucked many other people. And you know what? Since then, I've seen Borderlands games come out, and I had Borderlands 1 on the Xbox. I had Borderlands 2 on the Xbox. I've gone to PC. They've released the pre-sequel and all sorts of other things since then, and I haven't bought a single fucking one of their games because I don't fucking trust them. And I don't want to support that studio. That's how you damage the industry. You make consumers like me feel like that and not want to buy your products. That's damaging the industry, because that's stopping money from getting put into the industry to be used to make more games, to be used to make more money from consumers like me, who'd be more than willing to give you more money if you just made good quality fucking games and fulfilled your promises in marketing. Anyway, thank you for watching Really Cool Game Exploits. Do that stuff to every other channel tells you to do. Fuck you, Randy Pitchford. Goodbye.